Hello and greetings everyone. Now, I've been wondering lately why we don't have the connection to the gods that we used to have. And it came across us that at one time it was accepted and everyone could feel the gods, could sense the gods, could connect to the gods. But we've lost that over the years. Through pollution of our religion, pollution of our land, all the technology, um, TV, radio, satellites, electricity. We've gained that much and we've lost even more. Now, a while ago, I was asked a question about Stonehenge. There was evidence that it's Stonehenge that people from the Hebrides travelled down to Stonehenge for the summer solstice. My question myself was, how did these people come from the Hebrides? And the reason I know people came down from the Hebrides is because a domestic pig that was only found in the Hebrides, its bones were found in one of the pits at Stonehenge. So that's how they know they came from the Hebrides. So they came down, crossed the part of the sea into Scotland, travelled 700 miles to Stonehenge. Now when they got there, they did a celebration and travelled back. Now, at this time there was no written language, no maps, no great landmarks. I mean, you had mountains, but they wouldn't direct you directly to Stonehenge. So how did they do it? And I couldn't work out how. I thought travelling by the stars, but there was no maps, no written way of doing it. And I found it very difficult to understand how and why. I was out for a walk one day. I made a video about this, and I got lost in the woods. And I sort of had a feeling I knew the way out. So I followed my feeling. And I came across a standing stone. 10,000 years old had been there. About the same time as Stonehenge. Stonehenge was built over hundreds of years, but it's around that time. And I thought, what a coincidence. But then I started looking more into it, and I found a book on Leylines. And the Leylines say that there was connections through all sacred spots around the world, including the UK. So I started studying the Leylines. I found out there's a direct line going from Stonehenge right up to a couple of sacred spots up here, including the farm I go to, which I spent some time there with Grey Wolf. And I remember saying to him that this was on a ley line. Now, if you go through a ley line from the farm that we'll go to, straight down to Stonehenge, draw it on the map, you'll find it goes directly over the standing stone that I found. That was a very popular standing stone, but I'd never been there, I'd never heard of it. But it was well known, and when I was there was signs of people using it still in the old ways. I thought, could it be that I felt the ley lines, and when I was out for a walk, I followed the ley lines, and it just so happened that I came across the stone, following the ley lines, which was on a stone. And I thought, yeah, but how would I have sensed it? Then again, studied more, came across They're called dowsing rods. And it's 2 rods people hold. I've got myself a set here. Mine quite modern. This is a dowsing rod. What happens is you extend it, bend it, and you've got a dowsing rod. So I bought some, as you can guess. Start studying again, and watch more videos on how to use dowsing rods. And what I've learned is dowsing rods are just a tool. Nothing magical about them. A lot of the people that use these, they're also known as witching rods. A lot of people that use these claim that the sensitive part of our body is the palms of our hands. And holding on to them, these are sort of antennas amplifying the ley lines of the land. Now, it seems the ley lines are electromagnetic. It's quite obvious that a set of these little things will act as antennas and bring them in. But again, I watched one little video, and there's the ones there I've got. I watched one little video. I'll make these shorter so it's going to be easier to show. I watched one little video, and what it says is you hold them and you tell them to tell you how to say yes, and then the cross, if that's the way to do it, and you tell them how to say no, and they go apart. You ask them, you say, I'm looking for water, and when it goes over water, it goes together and stuff like that. You can also talk and ask how deep, and just say, is it over 20 feet? And if it is, the connection goes yes, no. Now that all sounds like mumbo jumbo, and I wasn't sure, so I tried it. Now then, holding them, they can spin all they want. So what I do is I hold them so they're straight and don't move, and then I'll say yes. Now they close, and that's how they say yes. Now that's not me moving them. But when I ask them to say, right, okay, get back. Supposedly you tell them to go back and they go back, but I can't get them to do that. Then you hold them and you'll say, right, let's get them balanced first of all. Right, you get them to say no, and then they open up. So say no. I can't get them to do that. Say yes. And we'll go yes. I've got to drop them to open them, but normally you say open and they'll open up. But then again, I'll take my thumbs off and I'll say no, and they don't do nothing. That's because I haven't practiced them. Now, when I've showed people them, they're very sceptical. Okay, which I understand that. I understand people are sceptical, because I was. But that's why I bought them. Now these are just amplifications of what we have inside the electrical system in our body. So, using these over the next few weeks, I am going to go out into the woods and try and take more connection to the gods. Try and find more places where I can sit and meditate and use them and practice them. And again, they're not magical or spiritual, you know, they are a natural process of searching for Leylines for start. But also, I believe, now I've never read anything about this, and I've never heard any suggestion of this, but I believe that it can help us connect more to the gods by practicing these senses that we've lost over the years, and maybe practicing these senses will help us sense the gods more. Now, I've already got a natural ability, which is, if you get me at any time, I can tell you, like, where's north, so that's north. If I got out me compass, you would find out I was 100% right. I can do that anywhere. You take us out in the middle of nowhere and ask us where north is, or south, or west, and I can point to that. That's natural ability I've got. Not everyone has that natural ability, but I'm just one of the people that do. So hopefully, by trying to practice my natural abilities, I'm able to connect to the gods more. Now, what I have found in the past, at the time of my accident, and a couple of that times afterwards, I ended up with blisters on the palms of my hands because they were very itchy, and itchy now. So the palms of my hands are very itchy. I've got scars all over the palms of my hands, and that's where, over the years, whatever's happened, I've had itchy hands. Now, at the minute, my hands are very itchy. So it could be the position of the moon or tides or something like that is making us closer to being able to contact the gods. Not contact as in talking, but contact as in feeling and sensing the gods. So over the next few days, I'm going to go out with me dowsing or witching rods. I'm going to try and practice with them, see what my connection to the gods is. Now, I've heard quite a lot about Saiths and Volvat being able to do that, and Shavens being able to do it. And maybe we've all got the ability. It's just we don't exercise and bring out these natural abilities we have. Now, I'm not a believer in supernatural. Everything's natural. The gods are natural. The tides are natural. The moon's natural. Everything's natural. So, it's just maybe we don't know about it yet. So that's what I'm going to do over the next couple of days, so watch out for the next video. I'm going to start trying to bring out me senses and try and study more and see what happens. So it's a bit of an unusual video for me, as I'm seem to be as lost as anybody on this subject. If you know more about it, let us know. Let us know what your thoughts are. If you like what I've been talking about today, thumbs up. If you think you're boring, get back to your normal babbling on, put a thumbs down, but remember, tell us why. If you like this channel, subscribe. You'll find if you subscribe and then put these numbers on the lottery, 7, 4, 13, 18, 21, 37, 42, you'll find you put on far too many numbers. And you're very gullible. Okay. I bet you if any of you put them numbers on, the winner 1/2, okay? Right. Hail the gods, hail to you, hail here, hail the All Father. Don't forget, if you like the videos, subscribe. You get to see more of them. And you get to win the lottery. Toodles.